Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a quick look at Crawlee.dev. This is the ultimate web scraping and automation framework. Okay, web scraping and automation are crucial for data collection, competitive analysis, and AI-driven applications. Today we are diving into Crawlee.dev, a powerful framework designed for efficient web scraping. We'll explore its use cases, advantages, disadvantages, and alternatives, and we will also review a small piece of code which I used to scrape Wikipedia, like a Wikipedia page. Okay, Crawlee is a open source web scraping and automation framework by Apify, and it supports three different types of crawlers. Those are Cheerio crawler, Puppeteer crawler, and PlayWrightCrawler. You might know some of these, and these are integrated into Crawlee, and all these are integrated in the same interface. So when you're switching between these three crawlers inside Crawlee, it's really simple. And due to all these options, it is really easy to scrape JavaScript heavy sites and also HTTP based simple sites. Okay, now let's review a small piece of code and let's see how Crawlee actually works. We are using the PlayWrightCrawler, so we have imported PlayWrightCrawler from Crawlee and Playwright itself. We have actually Chromium from Playwright. Okay, now let's check the first function, which is ensure browser. This ensures that Chromium is installed, and if needed it installs it. This also ensures that we have the necessary browser for scraping. Let's check out the configuration object for crawler. This basically sets the parameters and the browser launch options. We have parameters like max requests per crawl, so it will right now it will crawl through like 50 pages and get its data. We can just decrease it to 10 for now. You can change it to any amount. And in the launch options we have headless. So with headless, you basically the crawling happens in the background and you don't see anything on screen. If you set the headless to false, you will see a browser getting simulated and you will see what pages are getting crawled in action. Next is we initialize the PlayWrightCrawler. In this let's take a look at the request handler. What does this do? It waits for the page to load fully, then it extracts the page title, metadata, description, paragraphs and links, saves the data to a dataset. This is where it does it, saves the results to a dataset. Then we check for links in the page and we save those links in a queue. And so the queue length will max go till 10. Basically we keep on checking links from the queue and keep adding more links to the back of the queue. After that we have a very simple error handling where it will just log out the errors if it faced any during the crawling process. And like that is all. So we can just start the start crawler function and it will crawl through the website. Right now we will just crawl through Wikipedia and the page on web scraping. I think that would be good. Okay, so before starting the crawler, I have like a small suggestion. On some websites there are like rate limits, and if you exceed those limits they can give you a IP ban. So it's better to use a VPN while doing the scraping. It avoids the IP bans, and those are really bad. If you get some IP ban from some website, you will have lots of trouble regarding that. So you can get this VPN. This is free, Proton VPN. You can just download it and you can use the free tier as much as you want. Okay, to start the crawler we'll just write node crawler.js. That's it. As you can see, the crawler is starting. It went to the website. You can see all the links that it is going through. As you can see, it reached max request per crawl, that is 10, which we just set to 10 over here. Yes, and it has gone through 10 pages. We can take a look at those pages over here, where we have the data set of all the data, all the links, the paragraphs, the title, URL in the first page. Then we can go on to the second page, that is Wikipedia main page, Wikipedia contents, all the data we have got from these pages. And there are a few others files which it has generated. This is regarding the crawling sessions and the statistics. So that's it. That's like really simple, like around 50ish lines of code, and it does all that so easily. I'll just do a small showcase with headless false. I will start it with node.crawler.js. Okay. Right there. Now you can see the website is getting crawled. As you can see, the first website was Scraper, so on web scraping, and it is going through all the pages, all the different pages, and it just scraped through. It just did the same thing, but we just saw like how it was scraping through all the pages, which is kind of interesting. We will go through some of the use cases for Crawlee, like why does Crawlee shine. Crawlee can be used for data collection, market research, academic studies, AI training. It also helps with SEO monitoring, like tracking rankings, keywords, competitor strategies. It helps with e-commerce and price tracking. And it also helps with leads generation and content aggregation, like gathering news, blogs, and social media insights. What are like the advantages? Why does Crawlee stand out? It has an anti-bot feature which handles rate limits, retries, and CAPTCHA solving. It is highly scalable and supports multiple crawlers with queue-based architecture. It also supports headless browser support, which I just showed right now, and just now, and with the code. And it is very flexible. It has different middleware, which allows custom logic for data processing. It has a strong community and documentation, backed by Apify with solid support. But no tool is perfect, so here are some limitations of Crawlee. It has a steeper learning curve for beginners. It might be a bit complex for beginners. It is a bit resource intensive, so if you are doing like huge amounts of crawling, you better have a good CPU and lots of RAM. And it's not ideal for API scraping, as there are lots of API which is readily available, and those might really help you to get the data in a more efficient way rather than using a crawler like Crawlee. Now let's take a look at some of the alternatives which are there, and how Crawlee is better than these alternatives. So first one we'll take a look is at Scrapy. It's better for static HTML, but Crawlee handles JavaScript better. Next, let's take a look at Selenium. Selenium is for testing, and Crawlee excels in large-scale scraping. Then we have BeautifulSoup, which is great for parsing but lacks the automation capabilities of Crawlee. But there are also some places that these tools excel. Like for simple HTML scraping, BeautifulSoup is a lot better, and it's much more efficient. Then, just like I told you, some websites have their own APIs where you can get the data from, so that is a lot better instead of scraping the website. And in websites where you have to play with the GUI, Selenium or Playwright comes on the top. So let's conclude this. Crawlee.dev is a powerful tool for scalable web scraping and automation. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tech insights. See you in the next one.